Welcome back to Altitude Addicts, your ultimate spot for deep dives into modern tech, aerospace, and defense. Today, we are taking a close look at a massive shift happening right now in space-age warfare. Russia has reportedly rolled out a brand new electronic warfare system called Volna-Kupol-Garant, designed to target Starlink in a way we have never seen before. Stick around until the end of this video because we will break down how this technology works, its hidden vulnerabilities, and how superpowers like the United States and China are reacting to this space-based threat. Russia has reportedly developed a specialized electronic warfare system designed to disrupt Starlink communications in a fundamentally different way from conventional battlefield jammers. The main objective of Volna-Kupol-Garant is not to overpower a Starlink terminal located on the ground. The communication link at the satellite is reportedly targeted by the system, which directs powerful radio frequency interference straight up into space. The whole point here is to temporarily blind a Starlink satellite to any terminals operating beneath it. This development is critical because Starlink has emerged as a vital communications layer for Ukrainian forces, particularly for drones operating far from their operators. Engaging in conventional electronic warfare against such systems is tough, mainly because Starlink terminals use electronically steered antennas and constantly maintain connections with satellites transiting low Earth orbit. To understand why this matters, we have to look at why attacking the ground terminal is so difficult. Traditional electronic warfare typically involves interfering with the receiver or transmitter on the ground. However, in the case of a drone using Starlink, the terminal is moving, its antenna is pointed at the sky, and the architecture is built to preserve connectivity even as satellites shift positions. Therefore, a ground-based jammer faces a massive headache. It has to generate enough interference at the terminal's location while somehow bypassing the terminal's directional antenna and Starlink's adaptive network. The opposite approach is reportedly taken by Volna-Kupol-Garant. Rather than trying to overwhelm individual terminals on the ground, it aims to disrupt the uplink from those terminals straight to the satellite. A concentrated signal is transmitted by the system to a Starlink spacecraft passing overhead. If the interference is severe enough at the receiving antenna, the satellite might find it impossible to decode legitimate signals from the terminals below. The distinction here is massive. They are not trying to blow the satellite out of the sky with a missile or anything like that. It is basically just a giant radio shout that makes the satellite temporarily deaf to its own customers on the ground. Turning our attention to the hardware driving this, the system relies on 8 frequency channels and an advanced phased array architecture. Volna-Kupol-Garant operates in the 14 to 14.5 GHz region, which is tied directly to Starlink's terminal-to-satellite communications. The system splits its capability across 8 distinct channels, allowing it to blast multiple portions of the relevant spectrum at the exact same time. The antennas are configured to generate a tight, directional beam. By using multiple antennas, the system can track a satellite's movement and keep the necessary alignment as the spacecraft sweeps across the sky. This is why the system is far more advanced than a basic battlefield jammer. Blasting enough interference to reach a spacecraft hundreds of kilometers above Earth demands huge antenna gain and extremely precise radiation control. The effective coverage size is reported to be around 20 square kilometers. The system is built to disrupt local Starlink connectivity right underneath the targeted satellite as it passes overhead. Hey, if you are enjoying this breakdown, make sure to stay right here, because in just a moment we are going to cover the fatal flaw built into this system, plus other secret Russian jamming tech like Tobol and Kalinka. Do not go anywhere. It is vital to remember that the satellite is merely stunned, not destroyed. Volna-Kupol-Garant is not an anti-satellite weapon in the traditional kinetic sense. Reports indicate the system does not permanently damage a Starlink spacecraft. Instead, it just blinds that specific satellite while it traverses the system's operating zone. Once that satellite moves out of range, another spacecraft can potentially jump in and restore service. Here at Altitude Addicts, we recognize this as a specialized form of localized counterspace electronic warfare, rather than a traditional weapon that leaves permanent debris in orbit. This tactic fits right in with modern battlefield demands. Russia does not need to knock out the entire Starlink constellation. A temporary blackout over a small area containing a military base or logistics hub is more than enough to mess up enemy drone operations. But this strategy brings us directly to the system's major weakness. The exact same trait that makes Volna-Kupol-Garant so effective also leaves it wide open to attack. A high-power electronic warfare system has to blast massive amounts of energy into the sky. That makes it a massive beacon for electronic intelligence systems to pick up. Once its location is locked in, those antenna trucks turn into huge, high-priority targets. This creates a high-stakes technological race. Russia wants a localized dome to block Starlink drones, while Ukraine works to pinpoint and destroy the giant transmitters creating that dome. So the system faces a fundamental trade-off on the battlefield. The more power it pumps out towards space, the easier it is for enemy forces to locate and destroy it. We are diving deep now, but keep watching because coming up next, we are looking at how global powers like China and the United States are building their own versions of this tech and what it means for the future of warfare. Stick around. It is also worth noting that Vulna is far from Russia's only counter-Starlink system. Moscow has been researching ways to disrupt Starlink for years, with the Tobol system grabbing headlines after tests were conducted against the network. However, the exact capabilities of Tobol remain much more secretive compared to Volna-Kupol-Garant. It has been broadly linked to satellite interference and wider electronic warfare operations. Then there is another system called Kalinka, which focuses on detecting and locating Starlink ground terminals. This makes it a perfect team player alongside a jammer, since finding ground terminals helps map out where Starlink is active and guides precision strikes. On top of that, Russia fields several other systems designed to jam satellite navigation and combat signals. Taken together, this shows Moscow is building a full-spectrum counterspace capability rather than relying on a single silver bullet. This naturally raises the question, what about China and the United States? While Western military forces possess advanced microwave and electronic warfare gear, public records do not show a direct equivalent to Volna-Kupol-Garant's satellite uplink mission. For instance, the American Leonidas system uses high-power microwave pulses to kill electronic targets like drone swarms. Instead of jamming a satellite uplink in space, its job is to burn out the circuitry inside the incoming vehicle itself. Meanwhile, Chinese researchers have modeled distributed networks of airborne jammers carried by drones or high-altitude balloons. By spacing these jammers out at precise distances, they aim to create an electromagnetic shield over a wide region. Still, computer modeling is one thing, and deploying hardware on a chaotic battlefield is another story entirely. There is no public proof that China currently fields an operational clone of Volna-Kupol-Garant. Iran has also reported Starlink interference during periods of heavy communications restrictions. However, public data suggests their equipment does not match the heavy-duty capabilities of the Russian complex. What we are witnessing here is a whole new dimension of electronic warfare. Volna-Kupol-Garant proves that the electronic battlefield is stretching way beyond just jamming infantry radios, GPS units, and basic drone frequencies. Space itself is now an active front in electronic warfare. Whether Volna-Kupol-Garant can consistently block Starlink's rapidly evolving network is still an open question. While ground jammers have to constantly adapt, Starlink can quickly modify its frequencies, signal routing, satellite positions, and software over the air. Thanks for tuning in to Altitude Addicts today. The arrival of systems like Volna-Kupol-Garant marks a massive shift in modern conflict, pushing electronic warfare off the ground and straight into the orbital infrastructure that keeps modern armies connected. We thank the people who have liked and shared the videos and subscribed to the channel. We also thank the people who have hyped the videos